Hello and welcome to Caretaker's Corner, where we discuss everything that has to do with taking care of your elderly and disabled parents, disabled spouses, and adult disabled children. And today we're going to continue going over different possible living arrangements for your loved ones. Last week we discussed being in their own home or in your home. And this week we're going to discuss assisted living facilities or what's also known as retirement communities. Now, these are not nursing homes, but kind of like little villages where elderly folks tend to live that are still well within their living capabilities. They're able to take care of themselves, cook for themselves, drive for themselves, but they just don't want to live in a home, in their own home or with family. Then they can go to what's known as assisted living facilities, where you can have your own apartment with all the amenities, you know, your kitchen, your living room, bedroom, bath, all that. But you can also have medical assistance if you need it on the minor end, like people to help with your medicine or stuff like that. But then you also have the ability to the big selling point of them is they also have a lot of community activities. If you don't feel like cooking, you can go to the cafeteria where they fix all the food and you just get to eat it, which sounds like a great idea to me. So the good things about these are there's a lot of activities for seniors. And as I discussed last week, a big issue with living on their own is lack of interaction with other people, which increases depression. And with a living assisted facility, they're able to interact with each other, still have their private time in their own apartment, but able to interact with other people of their own age with similar interests, which helps lower the depression that a lot of elderly folks start to feel when, well, I mean, if you think about it, family, friends, everything they've ever known's probably passed away, or in bad enough shape that they're not able to see them. And that's a big issue. I know I had to deal with it with my grandmother, and my dad was really bad when it came to that. So that's one of the pros for an assisted living facility. They help, like I said, they help with low-level medical care, like making sure you get your medicine. But if you fall, there's also people there to help immediately. You don't have to wait for medical assistance to show up, which is a nice thing. That does promote a sense of community, which once again helps deal with the depression. They still have their own spot to live, which is their own apartment. And lots of social activities. They have like on-site activities, but they also have where they take trips, day trips, or cruises and stuff like that, which your family member can be a part of, which once again helps extend their lives. And most of these facilities also have provide transportation. If your family member shouldn't be driving, they usually have vans that provide transportation to go out shopping, to go to doctors, in the event that you're not able to take them. I mean, your family member is still going to depend upon you for some things, but the assisted living facility really helps take a lot of stress off of you. You don't have to worry about, are they okay? Have they fallen? Let me give you a for instance that I've just had these last couple of days. I usually visit my mom and stepdad on Fridays after work. So my mom's been sick, and on Friday when I went there, I got no answer at the door. I tried calling both cell phones, no answer on the cell phones. I called multiple times. I was there for about 15 minutes before I went home. I tried calling them all night. I tried calling them Saturday. And earlier today, I went by and I knocked on the door like crazy, and I called and I called. I finally got an answer. And they've both been sick, but it's like, okay, you guys saw that I called you, you should have returned your call. And unlike where my dad lived, I don't have any cameras on my mom and stepdad. So I couldn't see if they were up, moving around or anything. And that is one of the things that an assisted living facility does help with, because there are people to check in on your loved ones daily. So you will know one way or the other. You know, if you can't get in touch with them, you can contact the facility and they can go check on them. That takes a lot of stress, mental and emotional stress, off of you. Also, it helps you out because they are at a place where if they can't cook, they have some place to go and eat. You don't have to worry about them just not eating or eating bad foods. You also don't have to worry about, are they getting out? Are they doing stuff? There's plenty of stuff for them to do. If they don't want to do anything, they don't have to. But if they tell you that, oh, they're not getting out and they don't have anybody to talk to or anything, it's just because they're not wanting to. As a matter of fact, my Barbara and my best friends and I have discussed it, and this is actually what we're planning on doing ultimately, because we think that'd be the best for all of us. But we're many, many years from that. But we still think that would be the best bet for us, is just to go into one of those facilities and have fun, and probably cause a lot of pain and agony for the facility. But it's going to be a blast when we get there. Let's see. I'm going to go down here to my pros and cons here, down here. Okay, actually that about covers everything for it. I mean, on the cons, you are giving up a lot of your caretaking responsibility, so you're going to have to take a few extra steps in making sure that your family member is not being abused or any of that in the facility, that they are getting their medicines. And unfortunately, that's part of relinquishing your caretaking responsibilities, is you've got to trust that these facilities you're going into are going to do their job. And that goes back to your own due diligence on checking on the ratings of the facilities, checking on any reviews of the facilities. Because let me tell you, if they have mistreated somebody's family member, it's going to be out there. It'll be on the internet. There will be, there's agencies that you file those reports with, and they have to be checked up by social services and all sorts of other groups. So if the facility has had it happen before, you can find that information out relatively easy. Another con is they can be rather expensive. It's obviously going to be way more expensive than living with you or living at home. But usually, though, with these facilities, insurance doesn't actually pay for it or help you with it. So it's almost always totally out of your own pocket or out of your family member's pocket. But when you stop to think about everything that you're getting for that, it does kind of offset it, because you're not having to worry about food and all and transportation or all the medical stuff. That is being taken care of by the facility, and therefore it's costs that you're not incurring on the regular, that you're just used to paying. So technically, I guess it kind of offsets itself, but it still will be a little bit more expensive. Now, some of the facilities may not cover if your loved one needs specialized equipment, or extremely specialized care. That may be when you have to start looking into nursing home facilities. They're not really hands-on. They're there for basic stuff, not usually for the more extensive, like I'm trying to think, IV fluids or something like that. They may not be able to do stuff like that. And in that case, that's when you have to start thinking about going into an actual nursing home facility, which we will be discussing next week. What a nursing home facility is, and then the pros and cons of living in a nursing home facility. All of these steps, once you get past taking care of them in your own home or in their home, some of these can be really scary, because whereas you've been doing this and you've been the responsible one, even though we like the idea of getting the help and we like the idea of being able to put them in a facility where they'll be safe and taken care of, we really, just subconsciously do not like giving up the control that we've had over their care. Case in point, when Barb's mom and dad had to go into a nursing home facility, Barb had been so used to taking care of her parents for decades that, we were there every day checking on them, making sure they were being taken care of, making sure they were eating. Barb had a really bad problem giving up the ability to help her parents and to make sure they were getting taken care of. So, there are extreme levels there. Some people just like, all right, there you go, I'm gone, and they never go back. And some people I know are there every day. Now, I think the whole reason we have these facilities is so that we can give up that responsibility, but still be able to keep checking in on them, keep making sure about them, but not have to be there 24/7. It helps relieve some of the stress and gives you some time back to be able to find yourself, to be able to relax, and to be able to calm down. All right, I hope this has helped. Be back next week for nursing home facilities, and have a great weekend. Remember to like, subscribe, and share. And if you have any questions, put it in the comment section or email me, and I will answer them. And I will see you all next Sunday. Bye-bye.